back to my channel. My name is Emily Nicole. I do lifestyle videos, makeup, girly things, shopping sprees when I have the money, book hauls, stuff to do with books, you know, because I'm all the girly. If any of that sounds great to you, just stick around and keep watching because you might like this video. So for today's video, I'm gonna go through all the books that I have, show you my favorites and my least favorites. These are all the books I have. There's not a lot, but there's a lot. We're just gonna get to it. So we're gonna start with Make It Sweet by Kristen Callahan. This book is so cute. If you want a book that's cute, fun, and bubbly with a little, I think you're really gonna like this book. It's about this girl, Emma. She's an actress and she just got let go from the TV show that she was on. She needed an escape. She went to a getaway house and there she met Lucien. I hope that's how you say his name because that's how I said it the whole time reading this book. So I hope that's how you say his name. Anyways, Lucien was a famous hockey player. He got injured. Now he's also at this getaway house because his grandma owns it. It's his little getaway and it's Emma's little getaway. Just might have to see what happens between the two. I 10 out of 10 recommend this book. It's a really good book. It's not my favorite, but it's a very good read and I definitely recommend it. This is my annotation. I forgot to say that. For the rating, I think I'll give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It was a really good read. Really good read. I also wanted to disclaim that not all the books that I'm showing you that I've read have I annotated. I didn't start annotating pretty much till I read all of the books. And then I finally decided that, yeah, I think I want to annotate. I went back and I read 3 of the books a second time so that I could annotate. I only think I annotated 3. Yeah, so just a little disclaimer. If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. This book was heart-wrenching. You want a book that tears out your soul? She's your girl. She is your girl. This book destroyed me. I kid you not, after I read this book, I did not read anything for 2 weeks, maybe 3. It made me literally want to cry every time I thought about this book. It's about these 2 old best friends, Autumn and Finn. They are no longer best friends and they reconnect. Things happen and then, you know, this book, it really makes you cherish life a little bit more. It makes you really think about you should go for whatever you want to go for now. You might not get a chance to do it again. I think that's why I wouldn't change the way this book ended. I'm not gonna say how. I pinky swear. No spoilers. But I don't think I would change the way this book ended because of the message it gives. It's a really good book. I definitely recommend it. This will be a 10 out of 10 for me. Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. I love this book. This is another book that I'm annotating. Actually almost done annotating it. And I want to disclaim that Make It Sweet is a lot more annotated than this book. But this book is so good. Don't let it fool you that I only annotated that much. I got too caught up in the book that I forgot to annotate. Third time I read this book, I'm gonna annotate again and hopefully I'll annotate more of the book and not just read it. Pretty much this book is about a guy named Misha and a girl named Ryan. They are pen pals who got paired up in the 5th grade together. They have never met in person, but Misha just so happens to run across her social media and has to meet her. But it's not what he expected. Take with that what you will. Now this book is spicy. It's not the most spiciest book, but when it is spicy, is good spicy. I give this one a 9.5. Only take a half a point away because some of this book really pissed me off. And I get it had to like be there for the character development and the way that the story happened. Like it had to happen that way. But it just kind of pissed me off. I do recommend it, seriously. It's a very, very, very good book. We have Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Let me just pause here. I know some people don't like her books and what she did, all of that stuff and all the controversy. I like her books. I'm not saying I like her or what she did or what she didn't do or blah, blah, blah. I love her books and that's it. So back to the book. It's very heartfelt, So Reminders of Him is pretty much about this girl named Kenna. She went to prison for 5 years and she had a 4-year-old daughter, was placed with her parents when she went to prison. She finally gets out and she wants custody of her daughter. She wants to be with her daughter, be in her daughter's life. Everybody in her life is shutting her out of her daughter's life until she meets a man named Ledger who is very close with her daughter and is starting to get close to her. So good. The plot twists in here, just chef's kiss. I recommend this book so hard. Like, even though it's Colleen Hoover and people don't like her, I recommend. I give this one a 7.5 only because it's just not one of my favorites. It's really good though. Now this one may be controversial. I did not like it. If you like it, that is great. Kudos to you. But I did not like it. This is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. All over on Book Talk, I saw this book trending. I knew it was about murder, obviously because of the front, the title, but I thought there was gonna be like a love story tied into it because Book Talk was raving about it so much. I thought that's what it was gonna be. It was not. It was about the murder wholeheartedly. That I didn't like because I don't really like horror mystery books like that. It's just not my thing. The other thing I didn't like how many plot twists there were. By the end of how many plot twists they kept throwing at us, by the end of it, I already knew like what happened, who, whatever, you know, like I knew everything. And I just didn't like this book. I did not enjoy it. It was really hard for me to get through. I only still have this because nobody will take it from me. I think I'm going to end up giving this to Second and Charles. My rating for this book is like a 3. I know it's very low, but I just really didn't like it. But I'm glad you like it if you did. This one is also controversial because a lot of people don't like it. I love it. Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I love this book. I annotated it so much. Tate and Miles are perfect for each other. Tate is Miles' best friend's sister. She comes to live with her brother in their apartment, and right across from them lives Mr. Miles. They meet, and at first they hate each other, but then something, you know, starts. I know some people don't like it because of this one scene that I will not talk about because it's a very important part of the book and I don't want to spoil, but I believe, you know, it made the book and it made Ugly Love. I give this about an 8 out of 10. It was good. It was good. It just wasn't my favorite. So now we're on to books that I have not read yet, but I'm so excited to read. I only have 4 of them because books are expensive. Let's get into it. So the first book that I have not read yet is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. This is not one of her well-known ones. I really want to read it because the people who have read this really loved it. I think it's just a really good, like, heart-wrenching book. From what people like said about it, I think it's gonna be a really loving but heart-wrenching book, and we always love those books. They're always good to read and like get your emotions running, you know? So I'm very excited to read this one. I got Twisted Love. I'm very, very, very excited to read this book. I have been wanting to read this book for the longest. Have not been willing to spend the money to buy it. So I finally decided to splurge a little bit. I want to get the rest of the books later, but they'll have to wait their turn. The next one I got is Icebreaker. Icebreaker has been one that I have wanted to read for the longest. Everyone loves this book. I've never met anybody who doesn't like this book. And if you don't like this book, I don't see why yet. I mean, I haven't read it yet, but I've seen TikTok book pages on it. I don't know why you don't like it. Go in the dark side, honey. Come like this book. I'll save you a seat. Very excited to read this. Very, 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 very excited to read this. Next we have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. This I have not seen trend that much, but my cousin picked this book out for me when we went to Target one day, and I just decided we got to do it. We got to buy it because my cousin chose it and she just knows, you know? From the back that I read, it's supposed to be a summer love romance. We love that. We love that. I'm thinking about reading this one when June or July starts, or maybe in the middle of June, just so I can get that like summer feel, because I think this will be a good read and a good summer love story. Now that is all the books that I have, but I did want to share which book I'm going to be reading first, so that you know, we're on the same page later. So I think I'll be reading Regretting You first, only because this one I've had the longest, and I think I really need to read through this. I think it'll be good, and that's what we need. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning into my video. Thank you for listening to me rant about books. If you like these videos, please check into my next video. I'll talk to you guys later, and you guys have a nice day.